What you gonna do, brother? What you gonna do when Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker, the Wolf Dogs, run wild on you? This is a magical time inside NXT because the unlikely duo of that being Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin didn't seem like something that was going to work. And hats off. And hats off to NXT and Braun Breaker with the ability to help Baron Corbin. We got people cheering for Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin, unfortunately, has not been over or cared about for such a long time inside of the WWE that now when you actually see it, it is a real feel-good story. I feel happy for Baron Corbin. 6 years since he last held a WWE championship. And I believe that would have been the the United States title. 6 years of not holding the title. 6 years of bouncing between characters. 6 years of trying to stay over. Something that Baron Corbin, just for whatever reason, always seemed to struggle with. But him teamed up with Braun Breaker has really seemed to help Baron Corbin. I didn't mean to make this video about Baron Corbin, but when you really think about Happy Corbin was unsuccessful. King Corbin was pretty close to being successful, but it soon fell off. Constable Corbin really didn't do nothing for me. When Baron Corbin first debuted, that was the most success that he had, but I think he had some backstage heat and he squandered or was booked to squander his Money in the Bank briefcase. I don't know how long this story is going to last before one or the other turns on each other. Braun Breaker is going either to SmackDown or Monday Night Raw, which I predict he'll go to Monday Night Raw. But with him making this prediction, will Baron Corbin go with him? Which I really would hope that Baron Corbin would go with him. Now is not the time to break up the Wolf Dogs. These two are magic with each other. There's storylines that you could tell. Wolf Dogs versus the Judgment Day. Wolf Dogs versus the Viking Raiders whenever Eric gets healed up. The Wolf Dogs versus the Bloodline. The Wolf Dogs versus really anybody. Because they are a well lit unit. And let's not take anything away from Baron Corbin adding to Braun Breaker. Because to put Braun Breaker with Baron Corbin has only helped made Braun Breaker smarter in the ring, better with the selling. I think he gave him the little things that only a veteran could give you to help him. Hey, don't make the mistakes that I made. Here's what you need to do here, which is why I love that NXT is taking main roster talent that ain't got nothing going on the main roster and say, hey, come on down to NXT, work with these younger people, men and women, help train them up, make them into the best star. Because what is the number one rule when it comes time to leave the wrestling business that you hear every veteran talk about? Leave it better than the way, how is it? Leave it better than the way you found it. They're doing all the right things. And it helps as someone who may be struggling on the main roster to help, like Baron Corbin, get a little bit of shine and get a little confidence back in them. New NXT champions. I don't know what happens to the Dawn and Stacks. I don't know if they can keep that gimmick going. But it's good to see, good for business, to have the Wolf Dogs as your NXT Tag Team Champions.